Hey guys, sorry, long time no see. Spent a whole lot of time riding this 2026 Ninja H2. Officially hit about 5,300 miles, and I've had it for about 3.5 months now. And one of the things I really wanted to put my 2 cents in on are these Dunlop Q5A tires. Now, the Dunlop Q5 series of tire, it's been out for a long time, but the Q5A variant is like the new kid on the block. So I just figured I'd put my 2 cents in because both at work and at various places over the internet, I'm seeing a lot of questions about it, a lot of people kind of nervously optimistic about trying them. So I wanted to just jump in real quick, tell you what my experience is so far. That way, hopefully, you guys will be willing to give this tire a shot. So, just for reference, I do not take this bike on the track, and I do not do any hardcore canyon carving. I pretty much do a lot of commuting, but I am absolutely brutal on tires. So when I talk about my longevity, please know you will get way more miles out of this tire than I ever will. So first and foremost, let's see where I'm at. Just for reference, I installed these tires when I had 3,000 miles, and I am currently at 5,300 miles. Right there, top dead center. I am sitting at roughly about four, is it just barely at the line of 4:30 seconds after 2,300 very brutal, abusive miles. So I'm liking these tires so much that I bought 2 additional sets. So let's see where a brand spanking new one comes in, just for reference. Okay. So a brand spanking new one comes in right at about 7, pretty much right on the line of 7:30 seconds. So that means if we do the math, I've eaten up about 3:30 seconds, about 2,300 miles. I'll probably get somewhere in the neighborhood of about 5,000 miles out of these tires, which is extremely impressive when you consider that it is on an H2. It gets used for H2 things very often. Any tire I put on there does not live a happy, long-lived life. So to get 5K miles out of a set of tires, I'm thrilled about it. And if you're in the same boat as I am, where you have that 200 as a rear tire, your tire selection is extremely limited in comparison to even, say, a 190. Don't get me wrong. If I could, I would happily put a Road 6 or a Dunlop Road Smart or Pirelli Angel GT because I am a huge fan of sport touring tires. However, none of those come in the size for this bike. So because I'm limited at the 200 mark, this kept coming back as the tire designed for what I do. And I gave it a shot. I like Dunlop. And I gotta say, it's extremely impressive. I've been very, very happy with it. Everything I do, no matter the speed, no matter how hard I hit it in a corner, again, I showed you my tire. You can see how big the chicken strips are. I'm not out here. I live in Pittsburgh. Like the craziest corner I get is on a casual carving highway. There's nothing out here that's gonna get you to the edge without you blatantly trying to lean the bike harder than you have to. I'm a big fan of maneuvering my weight in combination with the steering of the bike to give me ample grip and performance. So I'll never reach the edge of a tire, but in those turns, these tires and this bike, it feels like I am on a monorail. It is so dead set. It is so steady. It is so smooth. You would think you're riding something that's on rails. So the tire is phenomenal. I have great experience with it. If you ride something a bit more normal, you could very, very likely get 7,000 miles out of this tire. But for me, the way I abuse them, I'll never see 7K. And don't get me wrong, there are people out there that are hardcore buying only Q5A or some sort of crazy sport track tire. And if you actually use your bike to the point where you need that kind of grip, good for you. But the overwhelming majority of people I see that are buying those heavy duty sport, like bleeding edge tires, they're doing exactly what I'm doing. They're commuting to work and they like to go out and have fun on the weekends. In all reality, they wouldn't even be able to push a sport touring tire to its limits, let alone an actual track day tire. So if you're like throwing a bunch of money away on tires that you're not getting 3,000 miles out of, these are well worth a shot. If it was made in my size, I probably would give the Road Smart a shot. I really, really enjoyed that tire. But again, with the 200 size, this tire does perfect. No problems at all. This tire utilizes that dual compound. So it's like softer on the edges, a little harder in the center. And because of that, if the camera will show it, it is not developing a flat spot, which is very impressive to me. The majority of tires I've burned through always end up with this just flat in the center. Like by the time I'm ready to change them, you could just set the tire up flat and it'll just stand there. But these are wearing very well. They put a lot of time and effort into these tires, and I gotta say that I've never bought two sets of tires as spares before, but this one definitely has won the award. So final comments, if you're for whatever reason not willing to consider Road Smart, Angel GT, Road 6, then yeah, these Q5As, they're phenomenal. I think you'll be very, very satisfied with them. If you guys have had them, tried them, experienced them, have an extra comment or thought you'd like to put in the comments, please do. Otherwise, I guess I will talk to you guys later. I'll see you.